What up?
What's
What's
up?
up, buddy?
How you doing, boys?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm good, dude. I'm very
Good.
happy to be here.
Hey, we're very happy to have you and happy to see you, man.
We got the weightlifting, high flying, profiling, and the Malafarina.
Dude, I better not be high flying.
Spiritually.
that would be so. Yeah, spiritually, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
But
Are you not
I've
a
never.
you don't like flying?
No, I like flying.
Oh,
I've always thought of it as like I should never be jumping on top of someone.
oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
when I was younger, I like would go to concerts all the time, and I think I've only ever crowd surfed once. I just always felt rude.
I was always a second rope kind of guy. I didn't do much on the third, so I feel you.
Yeah, I feel that.
I was always afraid people were going to grab the balls and the dick, and I know, that's part of it. It's just part of the experience, but you're going to get a
They
thumb in
do.
your
That's
asshole.
50% of the reason to go.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you got to deal with a little bit of an essay, just a quick one, nothing
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I mean? It can't. Nothing that they'd make a whole Netflix series on, but
No, and it's not going to develop into anything. So you're not really.
You never know.
You just get what you need and you get out.
Never know. Meet the love
what
of
if?
your life.
I mean, what if that's where you meet your wife?
Yeah, that's true.
You
I
feel
could be
a finger
a special lady.
You feel a finger in your ass, and you turn around, and it's the one.
Yeah,
She rubbed my taint like you wouldn't believe.
that's how I would propose. I'd put I'd put an engagement ring in my asshole, and whenever
Yeah.
she pulled it out,
Popped it out.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, she's trapped.
yeah, and then propose right there. That's maybe the most romantic thing I've ever
Are we
heard.
getting a second message that he's joining?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
weird.
it's I joined via the web page because I forgot if I had the actual app on here, and now it's like asking me to join on the actual app. I'm not trying to I really want to be here.
You're
I do
double
In 2 different
joining.
ways.
I was like, man, this guy really was on this show.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple other cameras, so I'm going to join from a few different servers.
Nice.
We'll get multicam shots.
Yep.
Yeah.
One from under the table.
It's the
Yeah,
shared
maybe.
stove. Dude,
Yeah, maybe.
I've been seeing the fast food influencer videos, and they're taking off. But I got to ask you, like, I saw you were getting messages about some of this stuff, and one about salad. I think you posted. Like, how weird have the messages been? Are they pretty on level, or?
Dude, actually, they've been kind of they've been pretty nice because I think people want to talk. People have a million opinions about this stuff, and you don't get to talk to anyone about it because you just come off as a fat ass. Like if you're like, I have very detailed I have very detailed opinions about the chicken nuggets at Wendy's. You just everyone's just gonna call you a fat fuck. So like I started to realize like I think I do a good job with the videos. People have like gone up to me and goes like the vibe of them is fun. I don't know what it is, but the vibe is fun. But then the other half of it is the comment section. The comment section, it's kind of why I'm like a little salacious with it to sort of encourage to encourage engagement. That's why I was like, is the on the last one, is the Burger King chicken selection ass? And dude, people get so fucking excited to tell you their opinion on this stuff.
It really is like the way that people, I think you have to engage now, is to put something negative to draw them in, because like there's so many people that hate watch stuff.
Can I briefly answer his question?
Sure.
Yes.
The chicken
The
at
chicken is ass.
Burger King.
The chicken fries suck.
Oh, do they still have those?
Oh god.
Well, it's better than I remember it, but it's not good. And it's because you eat it and you go, this is all very, dude. As a guy who many a time in my life, my parents have bought chicken patties. I'm not cooking that shit in the oven. That takes half hour. Cook it for 2 minutes in the. I know more than anyone what a microwave chicken patty tastes like. All that shit is clearly fucking microwaved.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got all those seed oils in the back and you can't drop the chicken in the fryer for me? It's crazy.
It's an affront.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about Burger King a couple of days ago. I was like, it hasn't been the same since the the Burger King was crawling into bed with people and like, doing a little, speaking of SA,
He can jump in there and do some hand stuff. As long as I get that burger, man.
yeah, he would like, he'd wake up in or you go in your shower, Burger King's in there.
Give me that double with imperfect vehicles.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, I like the nuance because honestly, I think the quality overall of like fast food has gone down in the last 5 years across the board. So for them to like not have the time to just fry something, which is they're doing it anyway, you're right. Why can't they just do that?
Yeah. Well, I think the bigger issue is with like inflation and then corporate greed, where a lot of people think it's just corporate greed. I go, no, it's mainly inflation, and then they do a little bit of dirty work because we're already used to the prices going up. But like the quality of it never really mattered a shitload. Like obviously you want it to be like a good time.
Yeah.
But like the thing would always be is like, I have a couple bucks and they're like, well, here's a bunch of bullshit. And now you still get a bunch of bullshit, but it's like, why am I paying restaurant prices? That's really because like,
yeah, I think that's a better point. Yeah, you're right about that.
dude, that's literally like the agreement would be like this was the American dream. Like the agreement was always like, hey man, if you just keep your head down and you do what you're supposed to do, you can be a retarded guy and provide for your family. And like, it was always slowly going away, but after COVID, it just went away. Like you can't just be a retarded guy and go like, oh shit, I pay all my bills and I have enough for a nice car and I have enough to fucking take my family on vacation once a year to the fucking shore. It's like, no, that's gone. And it was also all the other shit where it was like, yeah, like it's like when like RFK comes on and he's just like, all the food is poison. You're like, we know. But the thing was, I was like, I could get a pile of poison for $2. Now the poison is the same price as like if I got a fucking burger at a bar and grill or a pub or some shit like that. It's the same prices. The slop is the same price as the regular fucking food.
Yeah.
And they're slower. They're making you wait longer.
Well, because no one gives a shit, man.
Yeah.
Like this is prime opportunity for shoplifting. Like shoplifting, it's never been a better, because it's like, who gives a fucking shit, man? Who gives a shit? I'm not saying shoplift. I will say, like, one of my guilty pleasures is, bro, there's so many genres on TikTok, and my favorite one is asset protection guy who got meta glasses. And it's just dudes jacking up homeless people trying to like steal food. And he's like, open the bag. I'll let you go. Just open the fucking bag right now.
I mean,
but yet,
what a time.
No one gives a shit, man. Like I notice it, dude. I notice it the most at the grocery store. It's just, it makes me laugh too, because like at my local HEB, it's just full of teenagers who just can't be bothered with the fact that it's like, they're like, it's so bullshit that I'm 14 and this is the only job I can get. I go, yeah, because you don't know a thing.
Yeah, you haven't done anything in your life. That's
why you bag groceries, idiot. You haven't done a single thing yet.
It's weird because like, well, like for instance, like Bojangles here, they use AI at their drive-through windows now, so you don't talk to a person. But if some reason the AI messes up and you have to talk to somebody, they get fucking pissed. They're like, they have to actually, interact with you
or take an order.
Yeah. And it fucks up like most of the time. So yeah, it's pretty weird how the apathy is so strong when you really aren't really having to do that much. Like, I don't know. It's pretty strange.
There is a silver lining with the AI though, because it seems like who knows what it'll be in a couple years, but like right now it seems like the AI does a bad job at emulating human beings, but it can do a decent job at helping human beings. But the problem is like a lot of these corporations, well, I think some of them are getting rid of it, but a lot of these corporations will just probably be like, yeah, we spent all the money, so it's just gonna stay here and suck ass now. Like that's the unfortunate reality of some of these scenarios.
Motto, yeah.
Well, I mean, with Silicon Valley basically like taking over politics. I know they sort of have always, but like they're deeply ingrained. Those companies aren't going to ditch their AI programs.
Well,
Yeah,
dude, there's so. I mean, you see the way. Like you saw how long it. I don't know if you saw how long it took. Like I think they're finally bailing on a lot of shit at Meta, like with the metaverse and all that stuff. And it's like from a pure functional level, I get it because it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. If I sunk whatever the fuck it was 50 60 70 80 billion dollars into something, I'd like wait a little bit before I bailed on it, you know what I mean? But like the problem is I think you have a lot of crazy dudes like the problem with a lot of the tech dudes now is they sort of like they've decided what the future is and they go, well, this is where we're going. Like you see Elon Musk talk about stuff and it's like it's not determined. Like it could happen, but it's like it's not determined that AI will take our jobs, and it's not determined that we have to be on a UBI. It's like, yeah, we've done this whole thing. We've done this whole thing without a UBI. What's to say like, oh, but no. In like 10 years, that's when we'll definitely need it because every year people go like technology is going to take away jobs, and then you realize it's like no, it never takes away. It just shifts into new jobs. Like jobs go away. You know what I mean? It's like jobs go away and then new jobs get created. But a lot of the tech guys have a problem with I don't know what the fuck it is. Like I've heard a lot of different angles where they try to say they're like I don't know, like weird occult dudes, or there's a million different angles about like why they're doing it, but they seem to clearly have an end goal in mind, whether it's for some like supernatural or religious reasons, or because I think it's a lot of times like, I mean, Elon Musk even said it in his biography. I got the audiobook for that in his biography, and he's like he's obsessed with like the Wright brothers and how they're just no matter what happens, they're cemented in history. Like if you talk about history, you have to bring them up no matter. And he basically is like, I want to get cemented like that in history in the sense of like travel. So that's why his whole fucking thing is like, we have to colonize Mars. Is he's like obsessed with doing a thing like that to be like so. And that's what I fear is like a lot of these tech dudes are just hyper obsessed with like legacy and shit like that to where they get into a ends justify the means situation, and you start running into a lot of bullshit for normal people when that shit happens just because some dork really believes in himself.
Well, that whole like Curtis Yarvin philosophy about like the technocracy and like the feudal ideas that there's going to be certain families that are in charge of everything and everybody else has the UBI and
that's different.
Yeah, no, I mean, but
there's nothing like that now.
But I mean, they've even gone so far as like you're talking about the spiritual level to do the singularity thing that Kurzweil was talking about, and everybody's implanted in these. What are you looking at?
You're fine.
Kurzweil's, where our consciousness is implanted in machines or whatever, or maybe certain people are, and they can rule forever, and we're sort of under the rule of these these new gods, which is who knows how committed they are to that actual agenda, or it's just something as a way to navigate their way through other ways to control people. But either way, it is something about keeping a legacy and like cementing your name in history, because I know he like Elon Musk always brings up Edison too, which has he has negative connotations, but to the everyday man, Edison is the greatest inventor, blah blah blah, even though
he's a great thief.
Right, he stole a lot of the stuff.
But Elon Musk won't even ride his rocket. The Wright brothers were crashing planes and doing all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah,
that motherfucker won't even take a fucking trip on one of his own dick-shaped rockets. That's some bullshit, man.
You got to ride the dick-shaped rocket.
You get a dick-shaped rocket. You got to ride the dick-shaped rocket. He won't do it.
Yeah, fucking
I think Steve Jobs is to blame for all of it because he did it functionally. He would say, "I'm going to make this." And so he would get somebody to fucking make it.
Well,
And that
Well,
really was.
I think the problem too is also with a lot of these companies is like it's the fucking it's a lot of the problems run into, you know, when it first starts up, it's like, oh, we have to make it better and we have to think of something that people want and get it out there. And then it's always like years down the line where you're stabilized and now you're making real money and you're past the whole innovation part, and you know, now you've just locked in on maximizing shareholder value. You start noticing when it's just when the main focus is just trying to make sure every quarter we show a profit. That's when shit starts to like suck ass. When it shifts away from like dude, if these businesses could just hit a point where we're like, all right, we're chilling, and then they just slow it down. Just slow it down. You know what I mean? Like McDonald's, like McDonald's, bringing it back to fast food. It's like, it's like, it's like you guys already fucking figured it out. Now just put your shit on cruise control. But no, it's like they're always trying to innovate. I noticed it when they would put, I don't know if it was all McDonald's, but I grew up in the suburbs and they tried putting like chandeliers in the McDonald's. And I was like, dude, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. They would put chandeliers and fake fireplaces in McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
It's always,
yeah.
Well, that's what I love about that, dude. That's what I love about like fuck, like it almost philosophically, like how like on a philosophical point, like with the barbecue spots out here, and there's some spots outside of that, but it's like just that sort of outlook on shit where you go, yeah, when we're out of meat, we don't have shit. You know what I mean? And like it's dude, if you could just get more people to have like a mindset like that, it would be everything would be so much better. But it's always just it's once you get past, hey, how do we get a good product and how do I pay my bills? Once you get to like maximizing profits after like you've figured it out, I've noticed that's when a lot of things go to shit. Dude, like I was watching this one dude, he was like a food influencer, and then he now has a sandwich shop in New York, and he was talking about like the bread he uses for, because he sells like a beef dip on a roll thing, I think. And dude, he was talking about the bread he uses. And he's like, yeah, we only sell X amount of sandwiches a day because the sandwich has to be on this bread. And the bread company to provide the quality, the daily quality that they're happy with, they can only send me this many rolls. So because of that, and I would rather have the quality than he's like, I could make a shit ton of money if I just drop the quality of the bread a little bit. And he's like, no, I'm just going to keep the bread good how I want, and I'll only sell this many sandwiches a day. And it's just like, dude, if you could, like, that's the thing. People think we're on like the Titanic and we need to do a full U-turn. And it's like, bro, you just need everyone to have 1% more of a backbone and everything would be so much better. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, how much
have pride in your work?
Yeah. And almost also like when you get to a point, you can't spend that money. You're not going to be able to spend a certain amount of money anyway that you have. So why risk the quality when you can have like a dedicated customer base?
You gotta save money for your ungrateful kids.
Yeah, that guy in there's a famous place in North Carolina that Johnson's.
Yeah,
like for years, the guy died like not too long ago, but for years the guy he would only sell what he had, like that so much a day, right?
Well, he had a secret ingredient because there was a little bit of extra racism.
Yeah, but
like, you know, that guy said the N-word a lot.
But he opened at like 11 a.m. and then was usually closed by
2:30,
1:32 because he sold out every single day, and people were just wrapped around the place every single day. And like, I mean, until he died, that place was considered one of the best places in the state, just because he kept the quality. It was exactly the same every time.
I got to go back and see how different it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a thing that happens where like, because I think in American culture, everyone's sort of been reprogrammed to thinking like, well, I'll be able to get everything I want for this. And it's like, it's not to say like, dude, if you had, because, you know, we're talking in restaurant terms. It's like, it's not to say like there's a place here called Not a Damn Chance Burger where they sell one burger and you get it the way they get it. And it's like, And it's like some people get annoyed with that, but it's like, no, that's how they want to do it. And it's like, just you like, and then it's like some places will do a few alterations, but they're kind of like, yeah, we kind of just do it the way we do it. We'll do it a little bit different, but we're not going fucking crazy. And I think people need to accept that you're like, yeah, man, that's like how it is. And it's like, you know, they'll have a thing, it'll get messed up, and they'll be like, what do I do? And it's like, I don't know, man. Sometimes stuff's bad. And it's like, you know, and I don't think you should accept that on like a catastrophic level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of a good example where, because I think a lot of times people sort of, they get into these hypotheticals where they make sense, but it's like in real world conditions, it's like a lot of those hypotheticals come off as just, you know, cope for the fact that like you can't find a solution. But like, I don't know, man. Like, if they made, like, bringing it back to food, if they like fuck your burger up, you know, just have a bad burger. Don't hold the line up. Don't fucking ruin everyone else's day because it's like, oh, they put a little, they put a little mustard on it. You don't like mustard. Eat the mustard. You might like it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense. It's
it's not. I think because everything is customizable and like we're used to instant gratification from, you know, now you're able to order everything you want as you want it online. Everybody has a voice online. And so now it's like when it becomes practical, like the human error part of it or whatever is taken away. Like we just don't have patience or empathy for that anymore, which is bad. I mean, and then like if like you were saying, the place makes a burger one way, don't go there if you don't like it. You know, if you don't want it that way, you don't have to go there.
Yeah.
It's not like you're complaining about if you go to like a pizza place and you're complaining that they don't, you know, they don't serve hamburgers or whatever. You don't have to go there. But
that's a craft burger too. I mean, you don't go and tell some dude who's making a rocking chair, I don't like the curve on your angle of the slats. That's not for me. It's like, don't buy the fucking.
Well, you should never tell a dude you don't like the curve on his angle.
I do
that gets into a whole other thing, bro. It's a whole other thing.
I look at him and I kind of pull like some kind of fat Matthew McConaughey thing I going. I was like,
dude. Speaking of curve of the angle, I was this is super perverted right turn.
Oh no,
but no,
not here.
Well, no, I was watching an adult film yesterday, and it was so funny. They wrote in a line to explain how curved the guy's dick was, because like it was one of those where it's like it is that weird thing as a straight dude where you're watching it and you're just like, yeah, I don't really want to watch this guy. Like, it's curved up in an awkward way. It's not. I feel like you're not going to be hitting the puss. Right? Like, it's this weird moment.
You get critical. You're like, he's got Peronis, no doubt.
Yeah, you get critical of his penis, but then I swear to God, I feel like because there was like, I felt like it was like a jump cut, and they like told the girl to say this, and she literally goes, she's like, "Oh my God, the curve actually makes it feel better," and I go, "That was the most forced." I was like, You guys were self-conscious about how curved up his dick was, and you told the girl to say that. I was like, I've never seen that in porn ever.
It's like the dick. No, it's like when they write something into a script for, you know, an actor's like got his own personal detail about something in a movie. It's like they wrote it right in there. It's like,
Josh, back when you flew planes in WW2, did you ever see one like that?
Or you were adopted. Well, your character is a runaway now because
he has a curved dick,
and they were adopted as and he has a giant curved dick. That's great.
Sorry, I remembered that yesterday, and it made me laugh so hard. I was like, "No, dude, just don't hire the guy with a fucking 90-degree curve."
You know what? Good on them for trying though, because that writer is going to go somewhere. They care.
It's very inclusive, and I respect it. They're letting everyone feel like this pornography is a safe space.
How
was the actress? Did she sell the line or she flub it?
Oh, she was selling the shit out of it.
Was it like a curved dick themed movie, or was that just an extra little detail they decided to throw in there?
I don't know. It felt like they originally had a not as a curved dick actor set up, and then the curved dick there. And it seemed like it was. My guess is it was kind of like the director was getting self-conscious. He's like, people are gonna say something about this curved dick. I better fucking.
They're gonna notice. We
What if
can't.
they had a meeting, guys? Can we talk about the curve?
We can't.
They're
Like
calling
we
makeup in.
they're like, we can still use it, but like it's a big curve. It's a big curve.
We get like Stan Winston in here to
yeah.
fix that. Green screen it straight.
We got a Terminator.
You do a little shadowing, like how girls sometimes do some
Yeah.
shadowing around their nose to make it look smaller.
It's like Steve Martin's nose and Roxanne.
Yeah.
You just shadow the top of the dick so it looks straight.
You can hardly notice.
We got a lot of dark on the west end there.
And they're like, the makeup's gonna run, right? As soon as he fucks her, it's gonna look like her dick's crying mascara. I mean, her pussy.
Dude, that's
his dick's crying. Whatever. Fuck you guys. I'm leaving.
That's like when they did the Ninja Turtles porn parody, and at the end of it, April O'Neil's just got green around her face.
Yep. Wish that it also they had written that part into the real movie. I don't think the kids would have understood, but later on it would have been a good thing for us.
Do they still do the porn parodies? I feel like there was like 10 years ago that was like a big thing.
I haven't seen them in quite a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I remember I remember when they jumped the shark and they did Rugrats, and I was like, all right, let's shut this down.
Yep,
you can't go.
Yeah, when you start doing kids, yeah, that's
yeah.
I mean,
they jumped the pedo shark.
Yeah. No, I was totally fine with Ninja Turtles and Star Wars, but Rugrats is when it got weird.
I enjoyed the Wonder Woman one. That was a pretty good one.
Oh, never
Wonder
saw
Woman.
that. Did she lasso his dick?
She had that happened. She had a great costume. Yeah, it was like pre-Zack Snyder. They're like, this is what she needs to look like. They showed the Wonder Woman porn costume. It's like, that lady's got a heck of a costume. And then I checked it out and I was like, well, my praise isn't in here. So
well, that reminds me, God bless Suicide Squad, because that Harley Quinn outfit really did wonders for the Liv Morgans of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just the girls with that look, and you're like, oh, Halloween's gonna rule for the rest of my life.
Yep.
Like
exactly.
Smaller, blonde, crazy chicks. I mean,
oh, dude, yeah, it's just like you take a hot chick that put pigtails on, and that just has like a crazy look in her eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were already at my kryptonite. Now I'm hopeless on that. We were in trouble.
But it gives them an outlet to actually be crazy. Like, I mean, they're going to be crazy anyway, but now they can blame it on the costume, so it's a good thing.
I'm good with all that.
Dude, that the fucking Harley Quinn reminds me, bro. Like Joker, the Joker is wait, how do I segue into this? No, because dude, fucking, I remember realizing when I like knew Diddy was a problem when I saw a video of him and like, dude, that you ever see that video of him where he's wearing the like very well done Joker? And I realized, like, if you have a dude who has a good Heath Ledger Joker impression, like that dude's a problem. Like that dude does some weird shit. And I remember when all the Diddy stuff came out, I was like, I saw that shit a mile away. I was like, he did the Joker outfit. He did the laugh spot on. I was like, no sane man can do the Joker laugh spot on and not feel like a sack of shit.
And like it wasn't something that he just formulated when he got the costume on. He's been doing that for a long time.
Oh yeah, he's been
waiting to do that.
He's been.
I don't know how he kept that towel on. That's still
different video.
You kick the shit out of someone. You have a small towel on like that. You keep it on.
I mean, that's a dude who's probably lived a lot of his life with a towel around his shit. Mm-hmm. He did when he was I forget the lady's name, but when he was beating the fuck out of her, the fact that he could keep that fucking towel on the whole time, you're making a great point. It was crazy.
Amazing.
Didn't some of that video leak recently? Of the freak off shit, or was that?
I don't know.
I didn't see it because people were talking about it, but I could never see like the video.
I haven't kept up to date since the 50 Cent documentary, because not as much. Well, I mean, I guess if you're looking into it, there's a bunch that came out, but like I was sort of, you know how like when a story happens and you kind of like let it happen to you, and that's how I was treating the Diddy thing, because I was like, I don't want to say excited, but I was very curious what was going to come out, because people were trying to say he was like like he was sort of a smaller version of like a hip hop Epstein almost.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of correlations between that shit. Because I think like, you see it all through the years with musicians. They can make a shitload of money and their managers are really top tier at exploiting them. And then they always have like weird, untimely deaths that send their fucking, their records into the stratosphere if people wanted to buy them and stuff. So there's all those conspiracies about like, dude, like when these artists, because there's this like, I'm trying to think of a artist that had a conspiracy about that, because I think people said that happened with Elvis. There's like theories that they think they killed Elvis because there's this moment where an artist is actually more like they've sort of reached the end of their like like where they're really making money alive.
Yeah.
And then for the record label, there's a moment where if they die, like right there, it'll solidify them as like one of the motherfuckers forever. So like there's a moment where it's like, I could either let you live and make a little bit of money off of you for the rest of your life, or like, I mean, whoever runs Elvis's estate is like a multi-millionaire. Any of those artists where they just manage to have, like, I always joke, it's like, I feel like the all the bands that are held up as like the the top tier quintessential bands always seem to have t-shirts at Kohl's, and it's like, yeah, like, not to say they're even like bad bands, but it's like, I don't know, in my opinion, Creedence is a better band than half these bands you see like in the popular stratosphere, but I bet you Creedence didn't have like the same PR team that like Elvis and AC/DC has and shit like that. They have much more of a machine behind them. But yeah, there's all the I got off track. Going back to the Diddy stuff, it's like there's all this like weird shit in music, and I was I don't know, I want to go down that rabbit hole at some point, because it is all very interesting. It does seem like it can parallel real strongly to a lot of the Epstein stuff, because it's like, and the music industry probably has a lot more crazy shit happening, because dude, it's I mean, you see it with like Kill Tony taking over Austin. The things people will do just to be like famous and known are insane. Like, I remember one of my first times down in Austin, I was crashing with Nate, and we were taking an Uber back home, or back to Nate's apartment, and we I don't talk to Uber people. I've actually found out I think I have a bad Uber rating because I won't talk to the drivers. And it's
probably
like
the safer thing to do.
But I think I was talking to my buddy. My buddy has a joke about it, because he has a really horrendous Uber rating, and he called Uber and he was asking them, why do I have this bad Uber rating? And they're like, well, we tell the drivers to talk. This is all, I don't know if this is true, but it's based off his joke. And it's like, he's like, we tell the Uber drivers to like talk to you guys, and if you don't talk back, they get annoyed. And it's like, who wants to fucking talk? Like, who wants to fucking talk? I hate fucking talking in Ubers, but I guess you gotta like switch it to don't fucking talk to me or some shit like that. Nate, though, no problem talking to Uber drivers. Psychotic. I don't know why he does it. I hate it.
We know Nate. Yeah,
I can 100% believe that. Yeah,
I hate it. I go, we could just sit here in silence. You don't have to talk to the stranger. Whatever. That's me. But like, dude, Nate, he's talking to this guy, and the guy tells us he's like been coming down. The dude for like a year or two, every Monday drives down to Austin from Dallas to try to get on Kill Tony.
Jesus.
And it's like, yeah, and we're like, do you do anything else? And he's like, no. And it's like, well, you're just setting yourself up for failure, because it's like, whatever opinion you have about Kill Tony, every comic who's still like in the mix is like a good comic. You know what I'm saying? Like Cam Patterson. He may have been a little green when he started, but Cam's like a real comic who's like trying at it, and now he's like really fucking good. And you look at Dedrick, like Dedrick been doing it. Like, it's not, you can't just be like a retarded lightning in a bottle. and then you
Yeah.
get on and then have no fucking material. So it's like it's just fascinating about how this like Kill Tony specifically inadvertently like ruins people's lives, and it's hilarious. You know, I mean, it's obviously not. He's just like, yo, I got the show. You want to be on it? And you have these people who are like it's like a unique thing you see in comedy. I've been noticing it a lot more where, because like I'll be at the Creek and the Cave a lot hanging out, and they do open mics like every night, and you walk by and you see the open mics, and there's a lot of great comics doing the open mics. But then there's like comics. I was talking to Pat about this recently on Drag the Lake, but there will be comics where you're like, you want to pull them aside and go, hey man, do you watch comedy? Like, do you like legitimately you watch them do their stand-up set, and they're like, this is what comedy would look like if you kind of describe comedy, like stand-up comedy, to someone and then said, go do that. But it's like, you're aware, like, there's a bunch of specials on YouTube and Netflix you can watch to like learn how to do this, but you get that a lot in comedy, in stand-up comedy, and Kill Tony's a big example of it, because you get all these. Well, I guess I don't know if it like shows through on the show, but you see it like firsthand being in Austin, where there's these people that you never see around town, but they are at the Kill Tony sign up every fucking week, and it's just like. And they're so passionate about getting on the show and getting famous, but they can't bother themselves spending 1 minute learning about stand-up comedy. And it's like, so they get themselves stuck in this prison of like, I'm gonna work so hard at this, but you don't realize that you need to do these two or three other things, or else this will literally never work. and it's like they work. It's hilarious and sad all at the same time. Just seeing people work this hard to like know for a fact it'll never work out. And but yeah, I got on that sidetrack because like that's just what fame does that's what fame does to people, and that's why people are willing to let Usher give them herpes so they can have a #1 album. I brought it back. Don't worry.
No. That was a great circle.
I think like in the music industry too, people think that like the like especially in hip hop, they think those guys are the people that their PR teams put them out as. Like they're oftentimes manufactured image. A lot of times these guys are like, they'll have a musical background, they'll be virtuosos. They're not just some guy off the street, and then they'll put like, they'll repackage them as something else. And so people see that and they're like, well, I make, my own beats. I do this at my house. So it should be pretty easy to make it in the industry. And then when you start going down that path, you're more willing to like give it up because you haven't put the time in.
Dr. Dre went to Berkeley.
Yeah. I mean, there's sort of that. I think in comedy too, what you're talking about is people see, like, whereas in music, if you're a singer, you sort of know that you can sing, or you may have the ability that you've had it like over your life, like you develop that, right? But like everybody has a voice, so you don't necessarily have to like they see it as an easier way to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
anybody can speak. But they don't realize that there's like work involved with that.
What's the difference between, and you see it in every industry, it's the difference between fame obsessed people and people who just genuinely like the art form. Yeah. And and like, unfortunately, if you want to work, how do I say this? If you want to work very hard and you have zero talent, unfortunately, stand-up comedy is a good route to go. Like, if you want to, because everyone knows there's the people in the scene that like are bad, but it's like they book shows and they're cool and they get us all on, and it's just like that actually kept me from wanting to book shows outside of just hating it, where I was like booking shows aren't fun because they're very stressful, because basically up until the show starts, you're constantly, at least I am, but I know other people do the same thing, where the second up until the second the show starts, you're like, no one's going to show up. This is going to go terrible. It's like, you can't. I'm just like, that'll fucking ruin me. I can't deal with that. I will let that stress run wild. But no, it's like, we've all, like, you meet, everyone knows everyone, I don't want this to come off shitty, but because I love some of these people, but like, everyone knows the comics who are like, oh yeah, we all know they're bad, but like, they either run these awesome shows or they're so-and-so's best bud.
Yeah.
And then like,
no, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
And then like, no one, everyone's afraid to like say shit to that person and stuff like that. Well, because it's also too like, well, it's like because that people are afraid to bust balls because it might come off bad because you actually mean it. You know what I mean? Like if I make a joke about Nader Lemaire being unfunny, it's very obviously a joke because I think they're two of the funniest comedians doing it. But like, if I actually hated him, the joke would come off so much more harsh because it's kind like I kind of mean it. And so it's like when you actually like don't like someone and you know like, oh, you're only here because you're so and so's buddy. It's like you're afraid to crack those jokes because you're like, this is my actual feelings might get a little too nasty right now. And it'll be it'll be an interesting thing, but like not real. Like, you know, it's funny, I didn't even kind of like formulate this thought into like a cohesive thought until now, but yeah, like comedy is kind of like, it's the space where if like you can lack any sort of talent, but as long as you work really hard, you can succeed. It's weird, man. Comedy's like, because it's so like emotion based and it's so like whatever the mood is, you know what I mean? Like I remember I heard Dave Smith say this and I was like, I thought about it, I'm like, he is right, where like you could take the funny, your favorite movie, like that one movie or that one stand-up special that even to this day you can't help but like bust out laughing. And if someone just turns to you and goes, I'll give you $1 million to sit through this whole thing and not laugh, you could do that 1,000%. Like everyone could do that. Like you could, whatever your favorite, whatever movie you think is the funniest, if someone gave you $1 million to not laugh, you could do. So you can choose to not like comedy, even if it is just objectively funny. It's how you get all those articles where they like the unfunny comedian as they play a clip of an entire audience laughing. And I've noticed like, I hope this doesn't, I don't want to be like a drama queen or nothing, but like, or be too salacious, but like, I've seen it like the reverse here. And I don't say this as like an Austin hater. I love Austin. So I've met some of my best friends here, but just like, because I think like the hating on Austin is corny. I think every comedy scene has like their shit and their good comics and then a fuck ton of okay comics. And like, I think every scene's kind of the same. But no, like I have seen a thing in Austin where like, you know, not trying to be too salacious, but you'll see a comedian with a little bit of juice. They'll be known and you'll watch up and you'll be like, this is objectively bad. You know what I mean? Like not even trying to be a hater. You'll be like, this is objectively bad. And then you'll see the audience absolutely losing their fucking shit. And you're like, what's happening right now? You know what I mean? It like makes you, you know, and the simple thing to say is like, well, am I completely right? It's like, no, I know what I'm talking about. And then, so it's like, but you still give them the benefit of the doubt. And they're like, they're doing something for the audience. Are they, you know, do you watch this comic who's a pro and they just don't understand joke structure? Sure. But also at the same time, like they're doing something for the audience. And it's when you start to realize that it's like, I don't know if it's always been like this, but it seems like there's like a new shift in comedy now where it's like way more than just straight up telling a funny joke. It's so much more like personality based. And honestly, like bringing it back, honestly, like I can throw myself in on the mix because like I think I'm a really funny comic. I think I write really good jokes, but
I think a lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But
you're also a funny person too, though. So there's that. There you have the personality outside of that. Well, there's a lot of guys that are very good writers and can perform that when you talk to them, they have
just fucking wet blanket. Yeah. But no, I've been noticing the best reaction from like my influencing shit. And it's not because it's like, oh no, Andy, we really want to know your opinion on Doritos. And it's like, no, I like watching this loud, retarded guy because he reminds me of my buddy at work. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I think that's like the lane I work the best in is people. They just remind them about the guy who says crazy shit at work. I feel like I can fill that void for people.
There's so much comfort in that.
Well, you know,
that really does bring people like, okay, I feel good about this. I know where I am and who I'm talking to, and this is the best representation of the dude I'm talking to, because you're obviously probably going to be smarter than the guy they're talking to. You're going to be well versed in stuff. They're going to get that feeling, and they're going to learn something, and they're going to get something funny out of it. So you're the best representation of a very good time.
I think too, when you were talking about some of those comics like that aren't doing well, sometimes I think audiences feel like they have to laugh, like they feel uncomfortable not laughing at certain things or certain people, and so it's almost like an empathy laugh. And then I think people, once one person does it, they sort of follow the leader.
People are sheep.
Yeah, and so I don't know necessarily it's always genuine, but
I think also too, like you've seen it before when like a celebrity gets a bunch of allegations, and it's like Cosby, like
wow.
Cosby,
False.
we get
he was
well, like with Cosby, we could argue the degree of like how many bad things he did, but it's pretty obvious he did a bunch of bad things. And you still see people like, I mean, you think Cosby gotta drug people? He can get pussy and shit like that. Like people, it's because like, and they're not actually arguing the facts. They're just like, people have such like an emotional attachment to like the things they like. It's way more than just, oh yeah, I like this song. It's like, no, they attach who they are to that thing. So if they find out that Dr. Cosby, who they grew up watching, who's a huge part of his, their childhood, and it's like, wait, are you telling me my childhood memories drug and raped a bunch of women? Like they can't deal with that. And it's like, nah. And I think something happens where people, they see their fucking favorite comic and they spent all this money to go out, and they spent a bunch of money on parking and drinks, and I've spent so much time loving this comic.
Yeah, I can't be
wrong.
And it's like
here. And if they're not absolutely bombing, it's like you can give yourself that grace period of like, or that like you can give yourself a little grace of like lying to yourself and being like, oh yeah, this dude doesn't suck ass and can't write a joke. he's actually really fucking good. I don't know. I think people a lot of times like buy into, like, I think people choose a narrative for their life and they buy into that. And then like, cause that's what I've noticed and then they get mad if you break up that narrative. I've noticed it before with like certain friends, cause I'm really into like, I'm really into like all the conspiracy stuff, and conspiracy stuff does a great job. Oh, by the way, I'm changing it from conspiracy theorist to being right 5 years early. I'm taking up I'm sick and tired because I was like reading through some conspiracy shit, and I go, these aren't conspiracies. They're conspiracies because a group conspired. But I go, these are
not
real
theories anymore.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not
facts.
a conspiracy. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just right a little bit ahead of you. But no, like you'll talk to people, and like what's so hard about the conspiracy shit? It's like it's very paradigm shifting for people. It's like they have this thing that they've believed their whole life, and you're like, hey, did you know that whole fucking thing is wrong? The government doesn't love you. The government would probably just kill 3,000 people in a day if it meant, to help out Israel or just, any other country.
Hold on. No.
Yeah, but no. And then I've noted, cause like with all the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, and then like the Epstein files coming out,
they have
yeah, the New York financier. Yes.
The ladies underwear enthusiast.
What happened with him? Haven't been
well, no, the science investor, the guy who supported scientific experiments, eugenist, that's Jeffrey Epstein. Well, no, like, dude, I remember specifically, well, like, perfect example, not to throw, I feel bad, I'm not trying to throw Nate under the bus or nothing, but literally, I remember at the beginning of COVID, I brought up something about Pizzagate, and he was just like, man, come on, no, stop. But now Epstein files come out, and like, he just kind of like, he takes that and just goes like, yeah, totally fine, like whatever. And it's just like, yeah, because again, I feel bad. I feel like I'm shitting on Nate, but it's like Nate doesn't fuck with this conspiracy shit, but then he looks around. Well, he does. He's more into aliens. Nate fucks with aliens hardcore. But no, it's just like, I think for like a dude like him, that's like the area where he's like, yeah, I don't fuck with that shit. So like, unless everyone else is also saying it, it's like, I'm just going to not worry about that. And I think that's how a lot of people are. I kind of do it too with aliens. Cause I notice like whenever, cause like I kind of do it. That's why again, I'm not trying to throw Nate under the bus. Like I'm not shitting on him. Cause I do the exact same fucking thing with aliens sometimes. It's like, I'm not sitting here like, well, I mean, Lemaire did it on recent episode where he's just on the pod being like, aliens don't exist. And I've talked to him enough times. I go, it's because they scare you. Like, that's how Lemaire formulates his opinion. He's like, I'm afraid of aliens, so they don't exist. I am trying to throw Lemaire under the bus. I love that guy.
I hope he says the police don't exist. That would be the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, all those guys just shot themselves.
I don't know who's in these uniforms, but it's not police.
But no, it's like I don't deny alien shit. I just go, well, that's a whole. I've spent all my time on government conspiracies. That's a whole nother can of worms that I can't conceptualize, and it like actually. Like I've listened to some where they get deep and it actually like stresses me the fuck out. So like, I don't know, man, people pick and choose their thing. I think it's just important not to like, once you're faced with some sort of reality, you don't got to do a fucking deep dive on every goddamn thing. We only have so many years on this earth. Live your life the way you want to live it. But it's like, I think people a lot of times when they're hit with uncomfortable truths, rather than just accepting it, they want to like deny it because it kind of like fucks up their worldview. And that's where, that's where my autism gets triggered.
Well, I mean, I also think Nate doesn't want to accept it because he was there with Dr. Cosby the whole time. He was part of that. And I didn't want to get into that, but it's a fact now.
Well,
Nate Marshall was with Dr. Cosby.
Yeah, he was his a dealer. Nate got him the stuff.
He called him Theo.
Also too, like, I know Shane's spreading the like just bringing back the zesty allegation saying Nate twerked at the Drake party, but like that's not the only thing. Like Nate's also helping Shane and Drake sex traffic all those minors. Like I think Nate doesn't want to put bad vibes out there because he's trying to get into the business with everyone else. He's trying to get an internship.
Yeah, Diddy actually used to call Nate to pick his victims, and he would call it natural selection. It was pretty fucking
natural selection.
It was pretty goddamn terrible. And I love Nate, but he's got to stop that shit.
It's well known that Shane has been involved in that for years, and I think.
Well, Shane's CIA. He's working on his Illuminati application, and it's kind of like the Comedy Cellar. Like you need someone in to suggest you. Shane is Nate's in. I get it. I don't want to. That's what Nate wants. I don't want to fuck it up for him.
Right. Yeah. We don't want to talk about it too much. I mean, I know it's pretty obvious at this point, though. I saw him at, what was he at? Was he at the Spurs game?
Yeah.
So right there, he was trying to get Wemby involved, I think. I don't want to, I'm pretty sure Wemby's involved.
I think so.
I don't know who this is.
He's a 7'4" giant man.
Oh, no, I know.
I've seen that guy.
From France.
I know Wemby. He's too tall. I don't think they should let him play. He's too tall.
He's gonna break in half.
And he can shoot 3-pointers. That's not.
It's fair. Like I think he can like dunk on his tippy toes. It's like it's crazy. There should be like an average. Like everyone should be 6'5". I think you can only be 6'5" NBA. How tall is Wemby? Like 7'5",
7'4". Yeah. And he may grow, I think, still. Isn't he like only 21 or 20?
Like he's possible.
Yeah. Or you should be able to kneecap.
Wait, say that again, my computer.
If you go past the Undertaker line, you're starting to be in danger.
Yeah. It's just like you see, I don't watch a lot of basketball, but I'll see clips of dudes defending Wemby, and it's just that has to suck so much. You're just like, what am I doing?
You feel like I guess he's jumping up.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess there's more area for him to dribble and steal the ball. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a basketball analysis. I don't know.
Well, I know he leads the league in blocks like every year, and I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, he
He's
better.
fucking a foot taller than the guards there.
Yeah. You better Mutombo
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I don't
Well, if this keeps up, they're gonna have to have like they're gonna have to take dudes like Wemby and start like a Monstars league. They're too like I just watch him. I go, he's too tall. He's so much taller than it. It's not fair.
Leave that. Everybody else gets moon shoes.
It's gonna be like MMA where they have height classes, and they're gonna raise the to 15
Yeah.
feet. I mean, that's
They got
to.
to. Well, they should every time Wemby gets the ball, the hoop should just go up a little bit.
Yeah. It's like the little adjustable ones everybody used to dunk on.
Yeah.
All right, dude. We will let you go. I know you got things to do, and
You're a busy man, but we are very grateful you came on. We love talking to you.
Yeah, Panties in the Mouth,
Hey.
Doug Blake, awesome.
I was very happy when you guys messaged me. I was like, "Oh fuck, I haven't been on Trash in forever." I love doing this show.
We got to have you back. I want to get Nate on now to talk about aliens.
Yeah,
Lemaire too, with you, all you guys.
If we can get you guys on, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
no, dude, Nate. Yeah,
very skeptical.
Nate's fun. Yeah, Nate's funny because he would always give me so much shit about the conspiracy stuff over the years. But then the second aliens come up, he's like, "Oh, so did you see that? I think they saw some spaceships over Russia." And I go, "Fuck you, man." I was like, if there's spaceships over Russia, 9/11 could be a controlled demolition. You piece of shit. Like,
yeah, that's
how
true.
do you?
I mean, extraterrestrial beings versus
I've seen buildings get blown up. I ain't never seen no fucking aliens.
Yeah.
No, it's oh, dude, if you want to talk aliens too, you gotta get Pat on because Pat, we were doing.
Oh Jesus, yeah,
dude, it was so funny. It was so fun. We had to switch what we were talking about on No More Heroes because Pat made himself go crazy because we were talking about a bunch of aliens, and then it was around the time all the drones started happening, and then Pat literally, he said he was in his spare room in his apartment with his cat, and I think he had like a blanket over him, and he's like looking out the window for fucking drones, and I go, "Oh, you're crazy!"
Yeah, some tall alien walks by.
Bro, he's fucking Joaquin Phoenix. Like, where are they, dude?
Then Wemby walks by his window.
Pat, what fucking glasses of water doing around your apartment? You'll see.
Bro, can you imagine that scene in Signs in Mexico, but Wemby walks by? Oh, I would freak out.
It's the same size.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Same walk, too.
Yeah.
Just
it's
with
the same
fucking
walk.
Same walk. Yeah, definitely all that shit, dude. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta send you something. I'll DM this to you, but he's a Brazilian food influencer guy.
Oh,
God. You will lose your mind if you haven't seen this guy already. You'll love it.
Please do, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Andy, thank you, buddy. And hopefully, we can do this again soon.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
We'll spend some more time.
We love having you all, dude.
Yeah, man, I love being here.
I do.
Hit me up whenever I'm available. I'm right here.
All right, dude. We'll talk to you soon then. Later, buddy.
Talk to you soon. Love you, boys. Have a good one.